Many of us can relate to the sense and experience of feeling alone as we shed the matrix cultural social programming and sincerely start to seek truth. As we embark on the path, we start to learn, or often remember, realize, and begin to see a deeper reality within and without us. This new side is contrary to what the masses believe in and how they live their lives. It is also opposed to whatever we found to be true at first. But there was a splinter in the mind, a seed deep within that inspired us to question what we've been told and taught, most often after a period of intense suffering, responding to the yearning of the soul's call to awaken. It pushed us to answer the call and step into the unknown, and down the rabbit hole we tumble. As we progress on our path, going through our trials, initiations, and process of disillusionment, truth starts to become stranger than fiction. We can no longer relate to pleasures, social interactions, and enjoyments we may have engaged in enthusiastically in the past. Goals, ambitions, and desires we once had and were very attached to start to feel completely foreign to us. We realize that most of our so-called needs, desires, wants, including group and tribal identifications, were based on lies, wounds, and matrix programs, which we mistook stemming from our true self. They do not lead us to, nor reflect true fulfillment, joy, and love, the pure state of our soul, hidden deep within us beyond the ego personality, our unique soul-embodied individuality centered in the divine. We start to see through appearances and all the pretense, the mechanical, unconscious social interactions, the unconscious feeding mechanisms between people, emotionally, energetically, sexually, where almost everyone is a copy of a copy, sleepwalking and dreaming of being awake. We realize how little of real individuality and authenticity there is in the world, and how people mistake their conditioned and programmed ego personality for authenticity, and also mistake all kinds of feelings, desires, cravings within them for the soul being, all of which we have done in the past as well to varying degrees, and still may do. We realize how little of true love there is. If we are honest with ourselves, we also question what love truly is, and if we have really ever experienced it. The more we uncover within us and work through our shadow aspects, our mechanical behavior, our wounds and traumas, the more we see all that in others. As the masks fall away, we start to see the unseen, and a whole new world, the real world, opens up. At first, this view is not pleasant at all, and we may question our sanity. Feelings of despair, depression, shame, guilt, anger, sadness, and loneliness come up. Everything that we have been hiding and have suppressed for lifetimes starts to come to the surface. The darkness within and without is being made conscious as we descend into the underworld. The higher we want to rise, the deeper we need to go. The more light we possess, the more darkness we uncover. It is the esoteric law of descent and ascent at the same time. If we are sincere in our process, we start to realize that we cannot blame others or anything externally anymore. We are asked to take full self-responsibility with radical self-honesty. The more we awaken, the more we are also confronted with the illusion of control the ego likes to cling to. There is something else, a higher divine force that is pulling us out of inertia and sleep, asking us to surrender to it, while at the same time, the lower forces of nature want to keep us chained to our past, our wounds, programs, and identifications trapped in the victim blame cycle. The occult adverse forces tag into our lower nature, using temptations, ego hooks, and thought injections, targeting our blind spots and wounds to keep us plugged in the matrix. Ultimately, we realize that the battle is and always has been through us. We then also start to see and sense the mighty occult hyperdimensional forces beyond our five sensory cognition that manipulate not only us, but all people like puppets with strings attached. We realize that there's something else hidden from the mind of ordinary consciousness that controls and manipulates human beings from occult realms. Something that feeds on humanity and keeps us in a frequency prison of fear and survival-based egoic service to self-consciousness. We also start to see the wounds and traumas people carry, masked and armored under a thick social mask, disconnected from their bodies. In fact, we begin to see how most people suffer deep inside, but don't know that they are suffering. For all the attention and energy is used to escape it via disassociation and then externalizing or suppressing their pain to avoid the discomfort of feeling it within. Like unconscious drug addicts, most people are constantly looking for a fix, trying to fill a bottomless hole and always looking for love, fulfillment, and happiness externally, just like we have done in our unconscious sleeping state, dreaming of being awake. We then start to encounter humans who don't seem to have a soul, but are empty shells, occupied by something else. The eyes always give it away, all of which becomes more obvious as we cleanse our perception via internal work. We don't get fooled by appearances anymore. We begin to see via inner vision, and our guidance comes more and more from within, not influenced by the group hive mind or the conditioned mind with all its fragmented thought loops. We let go of comparison, ambition, and competition and surrender to our soul's calling to unite with the divine. However, not only do we experience isolation and loneliness, pulling back more and more from exterior life, we also become subjected to the projections and attacks of people still wandering in the wilderness of the collective matrix program. We realize that longtime friends and even family members or our spouse and partner are not at all who we thought they were, that these connections were often based on the illusion of love, trauma bonds, and social programming. We realize how we mistook love for all kinds of behaviors, feelings, and things that are not love but were based on wounds and unconscious feeding mechanisms. When we tell others about our discoveries and realizations, we are most often met with ridicule, made fun of, or even attacked and shamed. We are being told that we are negative, crazy, and live in fear or engage in fear-mongering, when, in fact, this reaction is their unconscious fear of the truth projected onto us. It is their false mechanical ego personality trying to protect itself from disillusionment with occult forces working through them, using them as unconscious matrix agents and attempting to keep us from awakening, speaking truth, and anchoring the divine force. Hence, we also realize that we cannot possibly take anything personally anymore, because it is not them doing anything. Moreover, we also recognize that these attacks and interferences serve a teaching function in the bigger picture of the evolution of consciousness and in the process of our unique soul evolution, for all there is are lessons. These realizations and confronting the lies we've been telling ourselves do indeed lead to disillusionment, a moral bankruptcy. It's the necessary death everyone has to go through to be reborn in the true self. It is the way out of the matrix. Yet, this loneliness we experience and the inability to fit in anywhere has its purpose, including the suffering we experience. If we keep on the track with faith and trust, learning our lessons with sincerity, patience, humility, and courage, it will lead us to true love, real companionship, and a conscious connection with Spirit as we find our way back home, reuniting with the divine. We start to experience magical positive synchronicities, and there's help and support of the divine force that responds to our call and supports and guides us in unexpected ways. But we can only perceive this guidance if we get out of the tunnel vision of ego identification and out of our heads. Doors open where there have been no doors before. Out of the dark, we emerge into the light, and we realize and experience on an embodied level, not merely philosophically or intellectually, that we were never alone, but under a spell of separation from all that is, as we experience and perceive the divine in all.
Oh my God, isn't that important to hear right now? I think it is. Right? I'm going back. I'm going back in time, and I'm visiting stuff that I posted, stuff that I have in this little file that no one can delete, no one can ban. And it's so unbelievably beautiful that some of the stuff that I have kept in this little secret file that I just realized I had is still not only relevant, it's like more relevant than ever. Like right now is literally the most important thing everyone needs to hear. So I'm doing this live stream not because I want anyone to be watching. I actually don't really care if anyone's watching. I don't have the time in my life right now to record a video, upload it, because I have horrible internet where I live. So in order for me to do any video for you guys or for YouTube or for anything I have on social media that I'm not banned from, I just have to go live because then it's already uploaded and then I can go on with my life. So I just want a couple things I needed to share tonight. That was kind of important to me. And I know most people are asleep, as they should be, 1:30 in California and 4:30 everywhere else. And, the other side of the world, it's 8:30, 9:30, which, if you're up, great. If you're not, that's fine. So 2 things I wanted to share. One is Prince. I didn't realize it was April 21. Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Friday, April 22nd.
Oh, all right. Well, it's April 22nd now, but I missed Prince's birthday, so I want to do this small dedication, which, by the way, was very hard for me to find. You guys know Prince sang the song 1999. You know he sang Purple Rain. I'm not sure you actually knew because this is very hard to find on the internet. After he passed away, they put out a very unbelievably prophetic couple of minutes of him talking about life, the world. The reason I love Prince, not just because he was sexy and his music was amazing and he's just a spirit beyond. Let's just put it this way. We're definitely from the same planet. Prince, if you don't like Prince, then we're never going to bond. There's just a level that we won't understand each other on. So he also was the very first person to ever talk about those trails in the sky that have chemicals in them. First interview he ever did. One of the only interviews he ever did was about that. which I think now is okay to talk about, but it wasn't before, as you guys know. But let me quick share something so unbelievably beautiful and prophetic that when I was kind of looking for moment that I learned how to play Purple Rain on the guitar, because I was so excited to only want to see you dance in the purple rain, purple rain, purple rain. All right. Anyway, I did a whole unbelievably great Purple Rain rendition that I can't find because, took me down a couple times. More importantly, while I was looking for my amazing rendition of Purple Rain in dedication to Prince that was killed, passed away in an elevator, which one of his songs is Don't Let the Elevator Break Us Down. Oh no, let's go. And also, Prince passed away on April 21, right? So one of his famous songs is I would die for you, darling, if you want me to. You, I would die for you. I would die for April, you, the 21st letter of the alphabet. I'm not into gematria. I don't do math, but what the? I would die for you, dying if you want me to. You, I will die April 21. I don't know. I also know that before he died, he did about 52 concerts every single day, all over the country. I went to 5 of them because he performed at the Palladium in LA. And he didn't even charge that much. He was like $20 a ticket. It was full every single night, performed 20 nights in a row. It's like he knew he was going. I would die for you. April 21st. That's the 21st letter of the alphabet. Do the math. Anyway, I'm going to share something that he shared. I've always felt some crazy weird. I've had dreams about him my whole life. I've always felt this weird connection with him. So when someone shared this after he died, I was, and by the way, like the day he died, I'm driving in my convertible in LA. And someone's like next to me, and every radio station in the world is playing Purple Rain and 1999 and I'm literally weeping. I've never cried over any famous person that has died ever. I'm weeping. I like uncontrollably. I'm like, and I'm listening to Purple Rain, and as I'm driving, I'm at a stoplight, and there's someone next to me. And, obviously they know, everyone in the world knows, especially in LA. And they're looking over at me going, he's in a better place. And I was like, fuck yeah! Purple rain. And I like squealed away. I was so dramatically upset, and rightly so. He's fucking epic. There's nobody that will ever be him. I still miss him. I miss him and I love him. Darling Nikki was so good. And Cream, get on top. Cream, get on top. I'm telling you, I've gotten the best shape of my life working out to his music. All right, so I'm just going to share his words from the grave because it's very hard to find this now, and I did find it. And so if you're able to listen, I would love to one day put this to a video, but just listen. I didn't show up to have a huge chat with everybody because I didn't even think anybody would be here, because it's like if I were to pick a time where nobody in the world would be chatting in the chat room, it would be right now. Grateful you guys are here, but I didn't do it for that. I did it to share the things I need to share and to get it out there. And hopefully when everyone wakes up tomorrow, when people are normally awake, you'll see. And I think it's going to inspire someone. Hopefully, it inspired me. Listening to his words again really freaked me out because this was what he had written. Prince wrote this years ago. And listen to how prophetic this is. This tripped me out, you guys. Tripped me out. It still does. Years ago. It's like he knew. It's like he knew. He definitely was not from this planet. All right, here we go. So, yeah. Listen to the words. And if you can't listen, I also found, took me a long time to find this video, but you'll also see them on the screen. And the illusion continues. Just that right there. He's already got it. He's already got it. My God, this is in 2016. All right, I'm going to remove myself and play artist formerly known as Prince. And by the way, the only reason he ever called himself artist formerly known as was to get out of a contract because he was so brilliant. He knew. He wrote his music. He signed his soul away to the devil. He knew that. And in order to get out of the contract, he couldn't be called Prince. So he literally labeled himself a symbol. Oh, let's see what symbol that is. Not that I'm obsessed with Prince. I'm not obsessed with Prince in any way, shape, or form. But the day he died, I did this. Yep. That's my painting of, because I couldn't find a painting online. So I did that myself. And it's not an easy painting to do. But it will hang on my wall till the day I die. Till the day I die for you. Hopefully it's not April 21. So. Yeah. I'm when I say I'm into someone, no lie. I'm not into him because of his music or because he was so sexy. He knew things that other people did not know. And he might have gotten in trouble, might have gotten killed for it. But here we go. Please listen to the words if you can. If not, those who have ears to hear. Roll it.
1999, and the illusion continues. One begs to ask, when will it end? Unnatural disasters happen seemingly every week. Train crashes, shootings, nuclear accidents. Is there any place of refuge one can flee from this insanity? Very few of mankind's creations are designed to make you feel good, unless you get pleasure from seeing the human body desecrated by guns, explosions, fights, and any other things these so-called artists create. In the name of freedom, many have used art as a means to destroy the human mind. As an excuse to continue, we hear, art reflects society. How many times has this lie been repeated? Creations are not real, they say, and yet any one of these people can call to mind images and complete scenes of horror in graphic detail. They will carry these so-called unreal creations around with them for the rest of their lives. These images are now a part of their being. In the name of recreation, these people, in fact, are recreating themselves in their own images. Society then reflects art. In man's decision to further separate from God, his recreation of himself leaves him in a dysfunctional state of confusion. The mind becomes a burial ground for dead waste. Isolated from the wholeness of God, earth, and his fellow brothers and sisters, this man seeks solace in activities he thinks will stimulate his mind. He then begins downloading into his brain a series of man-made creations designed to destroy it. All man-made creations originate from one of two sources: the tree of knowledge or the tree of life. One of these trees contains deadly fruit, the other, fruit of everlasting life. The one who disregards this fact recreates himself and his kind into extinction. You are reading these words on a machine created by man. As you read, you hear a voice speaking to you the words that you perceive. They make sense to you because you understand. Stand under the spelling. The words are what binds this spell to your illusion.
I'm sorry. What the everything I have been saying, everything I have been learning, all the Jordan, because you can't say his name or your YouTube channel will get taken down. Every single thing we have been learning is about words and the illusion of the spelling. Spelling. Prince has been saying this. He's dead now or not, but he's been saying this. So I'm going to rewind that just for a second so you guys can all hear it again, because if you don't realize how genius I connect with genius when I see it, when I feel it, when I hear it. I don't care if it's someone that's unemployed. I don't care if it's a homeless guy. I don't care if it's a musician, famous musician. I instantly I say, holy shit, that one has a message. Okay. Did you know he even did this? Did you guys know he even? No, because you're listening to the shit that he had to produce to make the money. Purple Rain. No, Purple Rain was great, but the music he had was not just pop. He had some deep shit to say before he knew he was going to die. I would die for April, you 21. I don't know if he signed a contract because he knew he was going to die, and that's why he did all those concerts before he died. And he died in the elevator. Don't let the elevator break us down. It's just, there's too much. I don't know, but part of me does. So again, listen. He's talking about the spelling, the words. And I think it's just taken humanity a lot longer to go, oh, spelling. Oh, that means we're under a spell. Oh, words. Maybe we should look at words. And here he's just, this is just his intro to a song, 1999. That, by the way, they didn't release until he died because they probably didn't want people to hear it. And this did not come easy. I actually had to look this up. It took just say it took the larger part of the last couple of hours to find this. So before it leaves forever, it is on my Odyssey channel, but the words weren't clear. So I wanted you to be able to read and hear them. Okay, now I'll stop interrupting and I will rewind and shut the F up so you'll hear the entire thing. But just understand this is exactly where we are now. How freaking weird, and not at the same time. You are reading these words on a created machine, on a machine created by man. Oh, okay. I'm not going to repeat them. He does it better.
Voice speaking to you the words that you perceive. They make sense to you because you understand. Stand under the spelling.
Okay, I said I wasn't going to say anything, but understand, stand under. This is what Jordan Maxwell was talking about. This is what people who are giving us knowledge about the words we've been saying our whole life. I understand. I stand under. And by the way, never sign your name to anything. Never, ever, ever do this. No signature. No more. No more. No more. Now that I know what that means, don't ever, ever sign anything. Okay. Okay. I'll shut up now. Sorry. It was difficult. Difficult. It's difficult. You know that for me to shut up. But, you know, it's my live stream. So I don't know. Here we go. I'll stop. I'll stop. Stand under. Understand. Understand. Stand under. Listen to the words.
Stand under the spelling. The words are what binds this spell to your illusion. When you hear the truth, like a memory, you recognize it, and this recognition releases you from all illusion. Many languages are brilliant in their attempt to confuse you. Con meaning against, fuse meaning together. Words in their spell-binding illusions have the power to keep man separate from God.
I lied. I lied. I lied. I lied. I said I wasn't going to say anything. Con, fuse. What? What the fuck? Con, meaning con, fuse, bringing together. This is Prince speaking from beyond the grave. Words and their spelling and their binding illusions have power to keep man separate from God. Confuse. Listen to every single word you say from this point forward. Really pay attention. Really pay attention. Even pay. What are you paying? Attention. I don't know. Everything means something. And we're just saying it because we got to get to the next thing. We got to do. We got to make. We got to create. We got to buy things. We got to consume. Stop. Man, I mean, the more I listen to him, I love him even more, and it's frustrating because he's gone. But Prince.
And their spellbinding illusions have the power to keep man separate from God. You were born in an all-knowing state of mind. The first words spoken to you begin the spell. The words come from one of two sources, the tree of knowledge or the tree of life. In ignorance or simply lack of respect for God, many use words that confuse the minds of humans and turn them into projections of their own illusions. Because of this fact, many people grow up and blindly assume their pre-selected role under a dictatorship without even being aware of it. When asked what they are doing here on earth, most will answer with statements that do not reflect their natural God-given desires. This creates a pyramid-like structure with the dictator on top and each level under it knowing less and less. Upon reaching the bottom level, which is where the majority is, you will find chaos, disorder, and illusion. With ill as its prefix, illusion is a state of insanity. In the name of democracy, supreme power is vested unto the people in this insane state instead of God. A future recreated to be ruled by man is one of isolation and despair. Returning the leadership back into God will allow mankind to achieve its original collective goal, which is union with God. Ideas contrary to this goal should not be blamed or persecuted, just simply ignored. They originated when man first chose to ignore God's rule. Simply put, in the beginning, the human was made perfect in God's image. They had no need for knowledge. They were also given freedom of choice. The tree of knowledge and the tree of life are reflections of this freedom. The human is now a reflection of their choice. They could have simply chose not to choose. God being centrifugal in nature, freedom was the cause, and choice was the effect. In knowing their perfection made in God's image, there was no need to choose. In fact, there were no needs. There was only love in an all-knowing state before the fall. The worst thing you can do is give up your God-given right to choose. For in it, you can choose not to choose. Therein is the final judgment. The illusion ceases, and you awaken from your dream. Now the healing begins. With an all-knowing mind made in God's image, you can create as your creator, God intended. With love, honor, and respect for every living thing in the universe. Separation ceases, and we all become one being, singing the one song.
I am the universe, the sun, the moon, and the sea. I am the energy, that is what I believe. I can be contradiction, if that is all I see. But I am the universe, and the universe is me. I am the one song. Yes, that one song is free. All things come from this one song. The garden and the tree. Everything is present. What is will always be. This is the first and the last song. And all that come between. When language falls like a wounded soldier, and it's covered by the sea. All that's left is all these unanswered questions. Keep me company. Company, company, come to me, come to me. Here at the center of it all, I know your trouble comes from me. Yes, it will. Oh, yes, it will. Where else is it gonna come from? Oh, my universe. I One truth, one truth, one song, one energy.
Oh, I love him so much. That was the link to the show. That was the link to the show. All right. Well, I'll put it once the show airs. Yeah, it's called 1999 monologue. You Make My Sunshine. Is that it? Oh God. I can't. Oh, it's called One Song by Prince, 1999. Okay, here's the link. I am cutting it. I'm gonna copy it. I want you guys to have it forever until they remove it. Forever until it's never. Until you can't ever see it again. So it's right there. Right? I know. It's all coming together. All right. So let me just quick I think this might be one of the best live streams because I'm going to go right from one thing to the next. Not a lot of yap in between. I just miss him. I love him so much. I just had such a connection with Prince. I can't explain it. I don't know why, but it is. So another person that I had a very, 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 very strong connection that if I post anything that he says, I'll get banned. So I'd be very careful about that. And that is, I think you guys know, I'm going to share a little moment of that. And then I'm going to be sharing the rest of my journey with this person on brand new tube. So just for a minute, since we're talking about people who recently passed. Road trip with Jordan, Maxwell, and Rachel Reenstra on Route 66. I brought my karaoke mic in case you want to sing. In case you want to break out in some Beatles. You want cold or hot?
No, that's fine.
I can make it whatever right here. This is yours on this side. Turn it right for heat and left for cold. So look at this. You see this?
Yeah.
You can make it whatever temperature you want. Look at that. I can make it 75, 76. You just turn it as hot as you want it. And you'll get this to be as hot as you want it.
That's fine.
No, I don't like cold.
You need to get over the left.
Oh my goodness. Do you have a license?
Huh?
Do you have a back seat license? If so, please present it to me. I'm talking about the Beatles and the sun and the scarab and what was written on the in Egypt.
Now you add to that today the symbol for world communism is a sunrise over a mountain range.
Right?
Then you add to that the tail feathers of the eagle on the back of a $1 bill. There are 9 tail feathers. They're called the Council of 9. Freemasonry says that they have a Council of 9. I don't doubt that at all.
Now, when I saw that dollar bill, someone really broke it down for me and explained it. That right there was mind-blowing right there. Holy mackerel.
Yeah.
Right in front of our face. But do you think there are I know there are underground tunnels, but
Underground cities.
yes, and I met someone 2 days ago. I sent you the link from Romania.
Yeah.
And those mountains called Bucci, Buchei.
Yeah, I know.
And those 3 tablets where if you touch them, all of a sudden this hologram would show up. And Tibet was the other one. And Egypt. The 3 places where I don't know about these. People still live there now? Or was this just once upon a time? The underground thing really confuses me. Who's living there?
Probably ETs. Wouldn't surprise me none.
But we're ETs. Maybe the aliens that are just, they can't handle the sun.
Yeah.
Understand there are underground tunnels that lead all over the world. I mean,
Everywhere.
everywhere.
The biggest underground installation in the world is probably,
Really?
yep, it's called
What a surprise. What a surprise. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yes. Yes. Oh my God. I am so excited to have time off. I'm taking 2 weeks off in May to actually put together an adequate dedication to Jordan and the hours we spent on the road that I never ever shared, because the moment I shared on the YouTube, they took it down. So to do his let's just say dedication to what he said, which is now all coming true, to do that properly, I do need time. And I do need to have the right audience. And obviously, if I share what he actually told me on that trip on the YouTube, it's not going to last very long at all. So, yeah, your city is? Oh, trust me, with the Sedona. I had a friend who just went hiking, got lost, and he didn't know where he was. He was with his friend, and all of a sudden, military personnel comes up. And they're like, get out of here. Move. You have to leave. You have to leave now. And they're like, we're just lost. We didn't mean to do anything. We're just, but now we want to know what the fuck is going on here. Anyway, he was removed from the property, which is not that far from where I live. So something's going on. Something's going on. All right. So all that to say. Thanks for being here. and good morning.
Out of your quiver, you're not ruling anything out.
Good morning. Sunday morning. We have a responsibility. We take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. Good morning. Sunday morning. We have a responsibility. We take.
That's never not funny. Forever. For me. Maybe not for you. For me, it's never not funny. And the last thing I'm going to play you guys is another kind of inspiring thing. And it's, yeah. I'm going to give it 2 breaks before I play it for you because there's a lot of inspiration going on here and it's only 45 minutes in. I'm going to try to end it at 1 hour and 10 minutes. That's the shortest video I've ever done in my life. But I also have to be very careful because I'm on strike 2. So just want to give a quick shout out to Pfizer. I think Pfizer is amazing. I think whatever Pfizer says we should do. I think Pfizer is, I want to almost pray to Pfizer.
Nope. No. No.
Well, hold on a second. There's a federal judge in Florida that's, I don't know, she's like 35. And apparently, because there were a couple of lawsuits against the CDC. There were not only a couple, there were actually, when I did some research, because other people don't, because they got shit to do. I have shit to do, and now I'm doing research for them. 2 women sued the CDC. Okay, 2 women. In case you want to know why all of a sudden the mandates are gone when you get on the airplane. Oh, I thought they were going to keep extending. CDC just keep being like, oh no, next week. Federal judge from Tampa, Florida, by the way. That's all I'm going to put. I'm just going to put CDC federal judge Catherine Kimball Mazzell. Love her, but they have to keep going. Trump appointed. No, it's not about Trump anymore. Stop it. It's about the law. So I'm going to share mainstream. So I'm not going to get removed from this because I'm sharing mainstream information. Just quick. CDC mask mandate for planes, trains, and automobiles. No longer in effect after judge rules it's unlawful. I'm just reporting the news. That's all I'm doing. Federal judge in Florida struck down the CDC's requirement that all travelers wear masks. Oh my God. And then it says a federal judge Monday struck down the Biden administration that masks be worn on planes, trains, buses, and other transportation. Like riding a camel. I don't know. Catherine Kimball Mazzell called the policy unlawful and ruled that the Centers for Disease Control had overstepped their legal authority by imposing the mandate in February, even though these 2 women, because I actually do the research, I looked them up. They filed it in July last year. The mask requirement violates the procedures required for agency rulemaking. A short time later, the White House said, this decision means CDC's public transportation masking order is not in effect. But the CDC had renewed the travel mask mandate several times. Keep extending it. Because of Monday's ruling, a Biden administration official said TSA will not enforce its security directives. So now all of a sudden, because one chick, federal judge, who I learned a lot about, the courts and the rules and all that shit, because I had a lawyer on my tour today who gave me a lot of information about how it all works. So that helps. It's rather than Googling it, why not talk to a lawyer? U.S. airlines have been strong advocates for eliminating pandemic era policies. No, not U.S. airlines have been strong advocates. Before these two chicks got the woman to basically remove the restrictions of these draconian measures, right? For a minute. There's been 14 other, and that's just Googling, because Google's like, that's the ones that let you see 14 other lawsuits. 14 other lawsuits. One of them was by airlines. One of them was by 22 states in the United States of America. 22 states are suing the CDC. But for some reason, two chicks who were like, I can't wear the mask because I get panicky. Literally. That was their, one of them was like, I get panicky. And the other one's like, I feel restricted. Like, that's it. But before they did the lawsuit, there's 20 states that sued the CDC. And then before that, there was like 5 airlines that sued the CDC. But for some reason, the two chicks who are like, I get panicky, are the ones that, I'm just giving you the facts. I'm not saying why. I'm not putting any, it might be putting a little inflection. And then it's up to you to decide. I'm just telling you what I've researched. And I got more to say about that because there's a lot about that lawsuit that you got to look up, because those two ladies, just two women, and I've heard from my guy from England who's like, well, I'm the only one challenging the world. Really? You are? Really? You're the only one challenging? How about the two women that literally got all the masks mandates removed in the entire country? How about them? That they filed it. They filed it in 2021. I mean, he did have a point, because what is Alex Jones doing? What is everyone else doing? Do something. File a lawsuit against the ones that you feel are harming your children or taking away your freedoms. Don't just bitch about it and share videos. Do something. Do something. So he does have a point with that. But these two chicks did something. And apparently the two chicks surpassed, and I did ask the lawyer today, I'm like, why do the two chicks who did something, like filed a lawsuit, like two females who were like, I get panicky when I wear masks. That can't be right. I mean, it wasn't just that, but I mean, that's just me making it into, easy for you guys to understand. And that was the lawsuit that won, but you have fucking 22 states suing them. You've got dozens of airlines suing them, but that would probably not look too good in the report, would it? If you have like half of America suing the CDC and then the CDC loses, doesn't look too good, does it? And then if you have, because that is a lawsuit, and then you have what was the other one? Oh, well, about 6 airlines suing them. Well, that doesn't look good either. So let's go with the case that's just the two crazy chicks who get panicky with a mask. Let's go with that. Okay. I'm not saying I know why. I asked the lawyer in my car today, and he said, you know what? It's randomly selected by the federal judge, and it's just, you take that case and you get a case and you get a case and you get a case. That's how it works, apparently, in the legal system. That's what I was told. I don't just sit in my basement and watch YouTube videos. I talk to people in my car all day. Yep. So I get a little more information than the average cartoon. Hi, Lyndon. No, I actually didn't. I didn't do this live stream for anyone to be a part of the party. I just did. I'm doing this so that it's on record, and you can watch it tomorrow. And no one has to be. Don't apologize for not being awake. Apologize for not being awake, but don't apologize for not being awake. You know what I mean? There's two different things to that. Okay. stop this, and I'm going to end this with a. I know it's a small win. It's a small win. It's a small win. Like, nobody has to wear masks anymore. Like, I could fly anywhere right now, get on a plane tomorrow, don't have to wear a mask. But the man I want to see can't come from England because he doesn't have the experiment whoopee cushion. But all of us can not wear masks. It doesn't make sense. This is the thing. Are you not getting the craziness that it's like, oh, you mask, no mask, vaccine, no mask, yeah, you're fine. Forget the mandates. You know those vaccine mandates? Oh, we're just kidding. Just kidding. No, but you have to get it. But you don't. But you do. But you don't. But you do it to get in America. But you don't have to get in America. But you do it to get in America. But when you're in America, you don't have to wear the mask. But you have to wear it. You don't have to wear it. You do. You don't. You do. You don't. You do. Fucking kidding me. Do you understand how it makes you go, I'm a hot dog.
Bam. I'm a hot dog. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Look at me. Look at me. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a hot dog. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Look at me. Look at me. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a hot dog.
Oh, sorry. I was getting into the song. The cases brought by the state and the airlines would have been designed to fail. So weird because I hosted a show on it was called Designed to Sell on HGTV. And you're saying this is designed to fail. I feel like that's a new show. Designed to fail. Be a large corporation and sue the CDC. Designed to fail. This week on Designed to Fail, you'll see 10 airlines sue the CDC. Hashtag Designed to Fail. So 2 chicks who get panicky, like that was the reason. One was like, I get panicky. The other one's like, I feel weird. I got great lipstick and my lip, I just got lip injections and they look great. And you're making me cover them up. Sue the airlines, sue the CDC. It's like, how would cases brought by actual airlines and 20 states? I don't know if I don't do math, but that's almost half of America. But that would fail. You know what, Rach? That's designed to fail. That's designed to fail. But 2 chicks were like, my lips, don't cover them up. The other chick is like, I just feel like verklempt. I'm sweaty and I don't want to wear a mask. And that's not designed to fail. I would say that's designed to fail. I'm not a lawyer. I spent the day with one, but I'm just saying, a little weird. A little weird. Means in a small number of strong music. Yes, thank you. So those 2 women, they should be on Good Morning America. They should be the ones being interviewed because they kind of shook up the entire country. So if you're an actual TV host, you're an actual person that wants to deliver information to the world, you'd be like, well, guess we don't have to wear a mask anymore. Let's bring Katrina and Brenda. I don't know their names. Let's bring Katrina on Good Morning America. But because you want to interview the Bachelor rejected women. Nothing against that because I do watch the Bachelor. But why wouldn't Good Morning America want to interview the 2 women that stood up against the CDC and had a federal judge who, by the way, is someone you should interview. She's 35, looks good, for her old age of 35. Why wouldn't this be like just something, some news show? Instead, they're like, a bear falls into the water, and there's someone that got shot in another subway. School people, there's people getting killed. No, stop it. There's 2 women that actually stood up against a gigantic organization that's trying to take over the world and won. And you're talking about what? What? Why? You want to know why? Want to know why? Because it feels like this. It feels like the news. In my day, the news used to be real-ish. But now it just feels like it's there's just something wrong.
We have new information now also on the plane crash. KTVU has just learned the names of the 4 pilots who were on board the flight. They are Captain Sum Ting Wong, Wee Tu Lo, Ho Li Fook, and Bang Ding Ao. The NTSB has confirmed these are the names of the pilots on board Flight 214 when it crashed. We are working to determine exactly what roles each of them played during the landing on Saturday.
That's all, folks. I'm just saying. Well, I'm preaching to the choir, right? Preaching to the choir. So, crazy. I'm only going like an hour and 15 minutes was my goal. So I'm going to move it to a quick fix to happiness. Okay. Quick fix to happiness. In case you guys don't know how to get happy. I mean, it's up to you because that's inside of you, but you know what I mean? Let's just roll it. Here we go. And you better wake your ass up. One of the 2 things, maybe 3, that make me happy. I think happiness is an interesting word because it's sort of thrown around. The pursuit of happiness. You shouldn't chase it because happiness is a feeling. And if someone can make you feel happy, then it can also make you feel other things, right? Like not happy. So I think it should be more. Happiness to me is more of a fulfillment inside that I can bring about when I choose, but that takes practice. One of the things that makes me happy is a nice environment, is nature. Wind chimes make me happy until they don't, and then they annoy me. Isn't that the case with a lot of things, even when you're in love? Things you love about the person, the things that make you happy will eventually make you upset. So it's got to come from inside. I'll let him chime in whenever I want. Whenever the chimes want, okay. Poor attempt at a joke. Twinkly lights make me happy too. They always have. So I adorn anywhere I am with twinkly lights. I'm not saying they make me happy, but they bring about something inside of me that feels good. Twinkly lights and this song makes me happy, and I just learned it today. Something about playing a song makes me happy, even though I'm not very good at it. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue. You get the idea, right? Makes me happy to play it. It makes me happy to sing it. And I think music for me is the most important thing in my life that instantly changes me from feeling upset to feeling really good again. I get carried away with it. It'd be really fun if I was actually good. I forgot to press record.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man. All right, I'll try this one more time. So take 3. So when I was moving from Los Angeles and I was very sad about it, I decided to invite some friends over and play music. And I found a box full of wigs. In fact, there's still a lot of boxes here in the move. And we just put on some music and we toasted to margaritas and we danced around, and it made a really sad situation very happy. But I had to kind of make myself do that. Otherwise, it could have turned into a really boring unpacking event. And it also helps to have fun friends. It helps to have friends with a sense of humor. It helps to have friends that come over and they're willing to be goofy, because if your friends can't be goofy, there's no point. There's no point. Also, in this transition, trying to be happy when my dog passed away and I've lost my job and all these changes, instantly I knew I could either just feel sorry for myself and have a huge pity party, and I didn't have a lot of money to do this, but I found a way, reached out to friends, and also I found an animal shelter in the Canary Islands that I stayed there for free, and I volunteered for dogs. And that was probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life. And also it got me out of my life and my situation so I could focus on something else outside of myself. And then all of a sudden, because I was in that vibration, this magic happened. And a couple of my friends from YouTube met me there, and we had the most magical experience, and it didn't cost much at all. And I did it for myself because I knew that if I stayed around and I felt sorry for myself, I wouldn't be happy. And so that was a little trick. The trick is travel. The trick was music. The trick is being goofy, costumes, laughing. And, if you can just keep reminding yourself to do that every day, you're going to at least grasp a fulfillment inside. And maybe the happiness will be fleeting, but at least you know how to do it. That's my advice. I'm not saying that filters can bring you happiness, but I'm saying when you use filters, sometimes it's hard to be unhappy. I'll give you an example.
Like, honestly, I want you to try to do this filter and be depressed. Like, for some reason, this filter makes me happy, because I have no idea why this filter makes me happy, but it works. It just works.
Love you, I 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 love you. I love you, 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 I love you.
Well, listen, we ordered paella. It came out burnt, black. I said, take it back. I didn't order black paella.
Well, I hope you guys learn a few tips at being happy, because, it's up to you. Always remember, it's up to you. Whew, I'm so glad this video is over, because I wasn't sure what I was going to say, but now I feel like it's some wisdom, some really good wisdom you can take with you. Mwah.
All right. I want to be your friend. I get it. I get it. I get it.
Welcome to the back.
Oh my God. It's like I'm a DJ. All right. You'll get this because you're here this late. If you're here this late, obviously. I mean, you must be happy if you're here this late.
If you're fucking happy and you motherfucking know it, clap your motherfucking hands. If you're fucking happy and you motherfucking know it, clap your motherfucking hands. If you're fucking happy and you motherfucking know it, and you really motherfucking want to motherfucking show it. If you're motherfucking happy and you motherfucking know it, clap your motherfucking hands.
And you must want to be my friend. And then we're going to end this. One more thing, and then we're going to end it.
Oh, I see you have a Keurig. Can I be your friend? Oh, I see you have a hairstyle. Can I be your friend? Oh, I see you have compost. Can I be your friend? Oh, I see you have a nickname. Can I be your friend? Oh, I see you have a girlfriend. Can I be your friend? I see you have a schedule. Can I be your friend? Oh, I see you've had a rough day. Can I be your friend?
No. You can be my lover. Ew. Ew. Don't get weird. Seriously, don't get weird. Understand you're not alone. right now. And if you're trying to talk to somebody about the shit that you find very, very obvious to talk about, this might be what it feels like. Sorry. Sorry. All right, here we go. Oh, I can't wait till people see this tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Okay, so this is 2 more videos. I was trying to debate if I should show the prints because it's kind of a dedication of his, just what he said about that. But I think we all know. I think you've seen it. I don't think I should show it because we've all, I mean, if you're on this channel and you've not seen him, like the first human being that's ever talked about the lovely, interesting clouds in the sky, I can't even say it, or there'll be a banner. I'm going to end it with this. I'm going to end it with something called Beyond What We Can See. And I think that's good. I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's been a lot of content, short amount of time. I was going to bring on someone from England, but he's always unpredictable in his, oh, yeah, I'm going to go on your live stream. I want to talk about it. And then all of a sudden he's like, nope, and disappears. It's okay. It's a psychological disease that he has, which I hope will get him exemption from the whoopee cushion. So I was going to bring him on. It was going to be a fun time, him talking about the latest thing that he's going through. But at this point in my life, I absolutely love everything that's dealt to me. And it's fun because I can go, okay, you're a cunt, that's cool. Or you're a beautiful person, that's great. Like it's fun. It's a fun dimension to live in. But ultimately, how do we deal with it? Well, that's how I'm going to end this video. It's beyond what we can see. Beyond what we can see. Meaning the physical is lame. And what's more important is what we can't see. So here you go. I'm going to inspirational it. New word. Inspirational it out. Black and white Rachel. Look at my poor dog. She looks like she's choking on my driver's seat. She's not. She just refuses to sit in the passenger seat. So how can we raise the vibration of what's going on in the world? For me, I had to get off Facebook, and I feel a lot better. For me, I need to get out in nature, and for me, music. It's been known to change the frequency of a molecule from a molecule that's sick and diseased to a perfect molecule that's vibrating in a geographical formation that looks like a snowflake. Well, I saw something yesterday that was one of the most beautiful things I think I've ever experienced. I keep listening to it, and I would say for you on my channel and visiting, I would say this is almost crucial that you listen to this every day, whether you're religious or not. The story behind this song, the guy named Horatio Spafford, he was traumatized by the Chicago fire in 1871. He lost his 4-year-old son in the fire, and he had some property in Chicago and had to deal with business, but he wanted his family to be safe. So he sent them on to Europe. He was supposed to go with them, but he was held back by business in Chicago. So his family, which was his wife and his 4 daughters, got on a boat across the Atlantic and ended up, somehow that boat crashed into another vessel and it sank. Not many survived. There's, I guess, a famous telegram that his wife sent him, and it had 2 words on it: saved alone. So he lost his 4 daughters. I'm sure grief-stricken, he got on the next boat, and when he went across the Atlantic in the same area where apparently the boat had sank and he lost his daughters, all 4 of them, he wrote this song. Now, when you hear this song, many of you probably have heard it before. When you hear this song, it confused me because of the lyrics. I thought someone had just gone through such a traumatizing experience. How could you ever write a song like this? And then I woke up a little more and realized there's a bigger picture going on, even with whatever you want to believe about what's going on. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a reset happening. There's a new earth that's developing. And as happy as I am about that, I also can feel, because I'm an empath, I can feel the heaviness. It's probably why I've been so tired the past 2 months. I've just felt something was coming for a long time, and I had dreams, vivid dreams about this. But I just want you guys to listen to this. And what I love about it even more is that it's not a bunch of famous people getting together singing something like Imagine on their iPhone, which didn't move me at all. This is a compilation of beautiful, regular, everyday people, which I think are more beautiful than anybody in Hollywood. And they came together to sing this song via their iPhone, and then someone produced it and put it together. And I think it's one of the most beautiful versions I've ever heard. So I'd like you to listen. If you have headphones, I would say put them in. And if you don't, then just turn it up as loud as you can while I play this for you. And I'm going to be at what they call a beautiful, beautiful hike. It looks out over all of the Red Rocks in Sedona. So I'll be sitting there listening to it at the same time, and you'll see what I'm looking at, and then you'll also hear what I'm listening to. And I haven't been moved like this in a long time, so I hope you guys enjoy it. That was a 5-minute prelude to, and yes, my seatbelt on. It's just broken, so it's on underneath. I don't like it over my chest because, I don't know, because I have corona. Seriously, just because corona is basically what you can say now about everything. They said if you touch your seatbelt, you'll get sick. So I put it down under, I'm just making this up, but it's not that far from the craziness that's happening. I'm good. I'm good, guys. I'm good, guys. Listen to the song, okay? And then you'll be good.
When peace like a river attendeth my way,
when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my life thou hast taught me to say, it is well, it is well with my soul.
it is well, it is well with my soul, with my soul.
Though Satan should buffet, though trials should come, let this blessed assurance control that Christ hath regarded my helpless estate, and hath shed his own blood for my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul. With my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul. My soul. It's well with my soul. When my faith shall be tried, the clouds be rolled back as the scroll. The cloud shall resound, and the Lord shall descend.
Just